Welcome back. We're in lesson 69. We're going to talk about factoring trinomials. To begin, a binomial is the indicated algebraic sum of two monomials, and a trinomial is the indicated algebraic sum of three monomials. All of that to say, we have a trinomial when we have three terms added together or combined together like this, with a square root or a square here and a single x term or variable term here and a no x term or variable term in the third one. And what we're going to learn how to do is we're going to learn how to factor these and simplify them. And it is going to be helpful in the future for solving for x when we have an x square. It's almost impossible to solve for x square or solve for x when you have an x square and an x term that has a different exponent all in the same expression. So this is how we're going to do that. We're going to factor for x and solve that way. So we begin by creating two pairs of parentheses. And then we realize that we're going to multiply these together because they're right next to each other. These parentheses are here. We're going to distribute two terms here and two terms here. So we're going to say with the first term that x times x gives us x squared. So the only way we can do that is if we have x here and x here, because x times x gives us x squared. Now we look at the third term, negative 18, and we have to decide what factors are negative 18 have. So negative 18 could be negative 2, positive 9, positive 2, negative 9. It could be negative 3, positive 6, or 3, negative 6. Now, the way we decide which pair of factors we're going to use is by looking at our middle term. So what's going to happen is the term that we place here is going to be multiplied by this x. So it's going to be a x to the one term. And the term that we place here is going to be multiplied by this x. So it's going to be an x to the one term. And then those two terms are going to get combined together. So what we need to do is find the factors here that when combined give us this result. So what we do is we line up our factors and we combine them. This gives us a positive 7. This gives us a negative 7. This gives us a positive 3. This gives us a negative 3, and we have a negative 3 right here. So this is the set of factors we need. So we say positive 3, negative 6. Okay, and so when you're first learning how to do this, it's important to check your work. So I'm going to show you how to check your work. We're going to use a method called stacking. And we're going to begin with the first term, the x term. X times x is x squared. Staying with this first term, we're going to go to the second term in that second binomial. So x times negative 6 is negative 6x. All right, that's all of these times x. Now we're going to say positive 3 times everything in the second one. And we're going to move down to the next line and use the stacking method. So positive 3 times x is going to be positive 3x. Positive 3 times negative 6 is going to be negative 18. So now we're going to draw our line, and we're going to combine these terms. Starting from the right, negative 18, negative 6, positive 3, like terms, negative 3x. X squared has nothing to combine with it, so it's just x squared. Okay? And that is how you factor a trinomial and then check the work in order to see if you got the original. So if you have the original trinomial that you started with, you know that your binomial is correct. Okay, and that is how we factor. So let's try a practice problem. Let's try 69.1. Let me clear the page. All right, 69.1. We are going to factor x squared minus 14x minus 15. All right, that's actually an x. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by making our parentheses. All right, and then we're going to look at x squared. We're going to put an x here and an x here. Okay, now we're going to look at this third term, negative 15. What are the factors of negative 15? Okay, well, we have positive 1 and negative 15. We have negative 1 and positive 15. We have 3 and negative 5. We have negative 3 and positive 5. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up since we're already down here. That's going to be a positive 2 when we combine those. 3 and negative 5 is going to be negative 2. 1 and 15 is going to be a positive 14. And positive 1, negative 15 is a negative 14. So what's the number we're looking for? We're looking for a negative 14. That's that one. So this is the pair that we're going to use. So we say positive 1 and negative 15. Now we check it. We make sure we're right. So we do, first we do x, and then we do 1. Right? X times x is x squared. X times negative 15 is negative 15x. All right, now 1 times x is a positive 1x. 1 times negative 15 is negative 15. Now we combine those terms. We start on the right, work our way across. Negative 15, positive 1, we already know that's negative 14x. And then we bring down x squared. This matches this, so we know that this factorization is correct. So that is right. This is the right answer. Okay? Be sure to write down these example problems because you are going to want to be able to go back and remember how to factor to find that middle term. You're going to want to know those steps. So the steps are, first, set up your parentheses. So set up your parentheses just like that. Number 2, place your x's, which is the same thing as factoring x squared, right? X times x. So that'd be like this. All right, then you find factors for third term that combine to to equal second term. All right? Then you put them in, you add them to your parentheses. Then you check your work. Okay? And use stacking. Stacking is just faster because you don't have to search around for like terms or rearrange things. All right, and those are your steps. You need to write all of this down. If you need to do that, then go ahead and pause the video because I'm about to clear the page. All right, 69.2. We're going to factor x squared plus 3x minus 10. So we start by setting up step 1, set up your parentheses, and factor your x squared. X times x is x squared. Now we look at the third term, which is negative 10, and we find the factors of negative 10. So negative 2, positive 5, positive 2, negative 5, 1 and negative 10, negative 1 and positive 10. And then we combine. That'll be 9, negative 9, negative 3, positive 3. We need a positive 3, so this is the pair of terms that we will use. Negative 2 and positive 5. Okay, now we check. Here's our x term, and then we have negative 2 as our first term. X times x is x squared. X times positive 5 is a positive 5x. All right, negative 2 term. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times positive 5 is negative 10. Then we combine negative 10, positive 3x, and x squared. That matches what we started with, so this is correct. Alrighty, let's do 69.3. Pause if you need to and write everything down. So we have negative 5x plus x squared plus 6. We set up our parentheses, step 1. Now, the thing that we have to do here, I didn't see that first. We have to rewrite this first. This is not in the proper order. It has to be in the proper order for this to work. So we're going to rewrite it. X squared, now this is our x term, minus 5x plus 6, right? Okay, now we set up our parentheses. X squared, that's x and x, okay? Now we have a positive 6. So all the ways to get positive 6 are 2 times 3, negative 2 times negative 3, 6 and 1, negative 6 and negative 1. All right, so this is negative 7. That's 7. That's negative 5, and this is positive 5. We want negative 5, so these are the ones we're going to use. Not that one, or that one. So negative 2, negative 3. All right, now we check it. We have x, and we have negative 2 as our terms. So x times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is negative 3x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. So we have positive 6 minus 5x, x squared. That matches this one, so this is correct. All right. We have one more, and I'm going to let you guys do that on your own. 69.4. And this is the problem. We have x squared plus 5 plus 6x. So I want you to pause the video and solve it, and then press play to see if you got the right answer. All right, so here is your answer. You should have gotten x plus 5 times x plus 1, or you could have gotten the reverse, x plus 1 times x plus 5. If you did not get that, let's look at it. So we had to rearrange this into descending order. So x squared plus 6x plus 5, because this was out of order back here. Then we put in our parentheses. Then we did our factoring of x squared, which is x times x. Then we looked at our factors of positive 5. That would give us a positive 6. And that was positive 5 times positive 1. When they are combined, they give us a positive 6. We put positive 5 and positive 1 in. So then we did our check work. We put x and 5 for the first two terms, And we said x times x is x squared, and x times 1 is 1x. Then we went to our second term, the 5, and we said 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times 1 is 5. Then we drew our line, and then we combine. We have a positive 5, 1 and 5 is 6x, and then we have the x squared. This matches this trinomial up here, so we know that we factored correctly. So if you're having struggles with factoring or you don't understand the steps involved, please let me know and we can go over that in class, or I can message you back. And I will see you guys in lesson 70.